whatever board of psychologists that they have in Ontario is bringing him in for disciplinary discussions, and I think they're having some sort of they want him to be involved in some sort of a class or some sort of a thing. Here, I should just read it. And if I don't get, I'll contact him. If I don't get his permission, I'll delete this aspect of it. But so here's what it says. It says the College of Psychologists of Ontario, the government-mandated Professional College of Psychologists, has disciplined me and is threatening my clinical psychology license for retweeting the Conservative Party leader, Pierre Poilievre. How do you say his name?
Not sure.
Criticizing Justin Trudeau, the chief of staff, Gerald Butts, someone named Jacinda Ardern, and an Ottawa city councillor. He is required to participate in mandatory social media communication retraining to modify, it says, to modify my objectionable behavior, which I absolutely refuse to do. So they'll go to the next step, which would be an in-person disciplinary hearing, with my license on the line. I'm going to make all this public this week. If you're interested, take a look. Canada has given over to the commissars, something I thought I'd never see in my lifetime. Happy New Year.
Well, I can't say I'm terribly surprised. You know, ultimately, anybody who remains inside an institution is going to be up against disciplinary hearings if they insist on seeing reality and discussing it. But
the term retraining, I'll read it again because it sounds so bonkers that someone would think that this is a good idea. This term is so crazy that he is going to have to participate in mandatory social media communication retraining. Social media communication retraining. Like, you have to do it the way I do it. You have to do it the way other people that we have decided the way you communicate is not proper. We don't agree. You're retweeting people who are critical or criticizing the government, and we don't agree with that. So we're going to retrain you how to communicate on social media, and this is mandatory. You have to do it, and then you're going to have to adhere, right? Because if you do it, if you go through the retraining and then you don't adhere, well, then it doesn't count. Like, you have to be a different person.
The Ontario College of Psychologists has told Jordan Peterson that he either undergo retraining for social media etiquette or lose his license to practice as a clinical psychologist. This follows a number of complaints by people who don't like his online posts, one of which is a retweet of something I posted, another is a criticism of Justin Trudeau. Now, it should go without saying that in a free country, professionals should not lose their jobs and licenses because they express a political opinion contrary to the licensing body that's mandated by the government. But, of course, in saying this, my liberal critics in the media will, of course, say, well, Poilievre agrees with freedom of speech for someone like Dr. Peterson, therefore he must endorse everything Dr. Peterson has ever said. Well, of course not. I don't endorse 100% of everything anyone has ever said. There's no two people in the world who agree 100% of the time on 100% of things. And so I'm sure there is something he's posted that I do object to, but that is not the point, because freedom of speech only matters when you disagree. I mean, if we all agreed, we wouldn't need freedom of speech because no one has ever tried to censor someone for saying something that they agree with. It is only when there is a disagreement that it matters. And that's what distinguishes Canada, a free country, from dictatorships. Dictators don't censor things their citizens say that the dictator agrees with, only things they disagree with. Here in Canada, though, unfortunately, through the cancel culture and the woke movement we've seen at university campuses and in the media and now increasingly in big, powerful corporations, and most recently with a professional licensing body, we're seeing the idea that someone can lose their job, their status, their ability to study because they express something that is contrary to the government line. Now, I don't believe that is the Canada we want. We have Section 2B of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. To be or not to be, that is the question. And the answer is that, as Voltaire has been quoted as saying, I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend to my death your right to say it.
The situation with Jordan Peterson has gotten very, very tense. We are very aware that Jordan Peterson is not the type of dude to just go and follow orders if he doesn't believe that they are just or that they make sense. Not only do these orders not make sense by the Ontario College of Psychologists, they're an outright attempt to take away Peterson's free speech. They're trying to summon him to do some retraining when we all know that he has the freedom to post and retweet and do all of that, whatever he'd like on social media. He didn't say anything that was outright or blatantly racist or, inciting violence or anything that could be charged with criminal or hate speech. In fact, all he did was retweet somebody else's tweet, and they're trying to revoke his license for it. This has gotten too far. It's gotten way too far. We are allowing institutions to be able to take control of what we can say and do on social media. Social media, apps that were designed specifically for us to be able to share with other people all across the world, are now being dictated by institutions. Now, of course, the Ontario College of Psychologists was created to act as like a secondary governing body for the courts of Canada. However, for them to pretend as though Jordan Peterson violated a universal code or a Canadian-wide code of conduct by simply retweeting somebody, you can tell that this is just an outright attack. I'm sure they've been against things that Jordan Peterson has been saying for quite some time now. They've wanted to silence him for quite some time now, and they found an opportunity to do so. Now, the fact that Jordan Peterson is being resistant is exactly what we need. We don't need pushovers. We don't need people who are just going to conform, who are just going to say, okay, fine, I need my license. Because at the end of the day, if that was the case, then these people would have so much power. But because Jordan Peterson does not need them, and he does not need his license even to continue to earn his wealth and make money as he does already online, then now it's not as easy to cancel him, to silence him, or to try to get him to shut up. Which is why people, and I know they're extremists, like Sneeko, like Andrew Tate, promote having this freedom, promote having some source of income that's going to allow you to say whatever to your boss or to some institution that tries to take you down, even if it's the institution that you make money on. You can't make money on YouTube. He has his own website. He sells his own books. He does all of these other things that allows him to continue to make a living while these other giant corporations try to come and take his words and take his ability to have free speech away from him. So if you're a fan of free speech, please, please, please support Jordan Peterson. He's been very, very vocal on Twitter. He's been making sure that everyone is aware of what the situation is and what his stance on is and what his actions are going to be. And he's outright challenging the OCP to make sure that they know that they can't just come, even in Canada, and just take people's freedom of speech away. This is not a United States problem. This is a worldwide problem, people. This is a global problem. And we need to continue to attack it and continue to fight against it for as long as we can. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. If you agree with Joe Rogan, if you agree with Pierre, if you agree with me, leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know that you agree. And if you agree even more, leave a like, subscribe, keep the bell on. And I'll see you in the next video. Dreamers, out.